And good evening, Savannah and the Low Country, and welcome to the Savannah Sports Report, hosted by the Coach Karl DeMasi, presented to you by Coach's Corner, right on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. It's Wednesday night, June 11th, 2025. I'm back on the stage, not singing, because you know that's what the Soundgarden's all about. Everybody comes on the Soundgarden sings, but I get to do my show, and it's always a lot of fun. And I got to thank John Henderson and Dell Henderson for letting me do the show since April of 2020. I've been on this stage. Got knocked off the radio in March of 2020. Didn't miss a beat. Went to the internet. Went to a couple of spots. Hey, I heard there was a Coach's Corner Sports Network. Talked to the OG, Lawrence Bennett, who is the founder of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, with the blessing of John Henderson. We don't forget, if you missed it, at 5 o'clock, we had the best NASCAR show on the internet. Rubbing and Gubbing. Take two. Rubbing and Grubbing. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Rubbing and Grubbing with the Atlanta man, not the Echo man, the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, and of course the OG, the producer, Lawrence Bennett. So it's a lot of fun being here. And like I say every week, whether you join me for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes for a segment, I really do appreciate it. And I think the kids appreciate it, because it's all about the kids, the coaches in the Savannah area. Yes, the first part of my show, we call it 3 Steps in the Door. We talk high school, youth, then college, and then pros that relates to Savannah or in the national news. Then we get into our first guest about 7:15, where I bring on a coach, someone involved in the sports arena here in Savannah, Georgia. This week we're going to have new coach, not a new coach, but a new coach over at St. Andrew's School, taking over the girls program. We're going to have Daniel Jackson. That's right. He was the Calvary coach. Now he's over at St. Andrew's. He's going to take the girls program. And then about 7:30, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. After the week, we're going to talk to a young man that had a phenomenal playoff series in baseball. And, you know, baseball's been very, very good to me, okay? He was the state MVP in the championship series when Calvary defeated Savannah Christian. And we're going to be talking to junior Quinn Johnson. So that's the show. And then, of course, at the end of the show, I'll have Karl's Corner, where I always go off on something that has to do with sports, whether it's locally or nationally. It's always a lot of fun. So I'm glad you could join me. Let's kick this in, and just let me check my monitor and make sure that everything is going right here. You know, I'm a one-man show. I'm the host. I'm the, what do you want me to call myself? The producer, you name it. I do it, okay? Line up the guests, so it's always a lot of fun. So we're working on that. We're on Twitter, which is or X. We're also on Facebook. We're also on YouTube on the Savannah Sports Report channel. And then, of course, on Facebook on the Coach DeMasi or the Savannah Sports Report channel. So everything's working. So let's get into it. 3 steps in the door. Step number 1, let's start with youth and high school sports. And I try to, I'm a novice. I'm an old guy learning how to do these things. So I got a little, I call it a PowerPoint, or they call it Google Slides now, that goes along with what I'm talking about, so I don't bore you. So right now, 3 steps in the door, youth, high school, college, and pro sports updates for June 11, 2025. We're spotlighting on the Savannah area sports from the youth to the pros, okay? So that's what I'm saying. We're in step 1. We're going to talk about the news going on here in high school sports. Georgia High School is finally putting their foot down. The Georgia High School Association has implemented a new rule targeting athletic transfers. We know that's a big problem here in the state of Georgia. It's a big problem right here in Savannah, Georgia. It's a big problem in Atlanta. It's a big problem all over the place, okay? All right, so we got my first guest having a little trouble with the link. I'll get to you, Daniel. So beginning with the 2025-26 school year, student athletes who transfer from one Georgia High School State member school to another without a bona fide move. That means you move out of the Jenkins district, you move out of your house, your apartment, and you establish a new residency in Islands District, okay, you're allowed to do it. But if you don't have that bona fide move, you can't do it. Will now face a 1-year ineligibility period for varsity competition in all sports, not just for the sport they played at the previous school. Previously, the penalty applied only to the sport the athlete had participated in, but this update broadens the restrictions to all Georgia High School State sanctioned sports, varsity sports. The rule aims to curb competitive imbalances, frequent athletic transfers. I mean, we got guys and girls, athletes transferring 2 or 3 times in a year. So exceptions may apply in cases of verified family relocation or hardship appeals, but overall, This rule signals a stricter stance on athletic eligibility tied to school choice. Okay, so there you go. Be aware of it. So people aren't going to be jumping from one school to the other because they're not happy with the coach, because they think they're going to get a better deal. NIL, even though NIL can't come to play in the sports in Georgia, it can as long as you don't have any school paraphernalia on, school shirt. You're not doing it at the school. So, yes, you can do that, okay? All right, check out the Prep Sports Report. Here are the posts from this week. Got a big shout-out to Lily Welch out of Richmond Hill High School. She's the starting catcher on the fast pitch team in the fall, but now she was the starting pitcher in the spring. Richmond Hill slow pitch softball went 17-0. She had a big win she had a big game in the Elbert game in the semifinals, where I think she pitched a 1-0 game. Then in the championship game, she was the winning school. But anyway, check it out on the Prep Sports Report. Lily Welch is the AJC Slow Pitch Player of the Year. AJC is the highly populated Georgia newspaper in the state. So congratulations to Lily Welch. Summer camps are active. Go check it out on the Prep Sports Report. A lot of camps going on. You can still register for camps. Flag football this past weekend, called the Summer Sizzler, had 10 high school teams over at the Jennifer Frost Complex. Jeff Moeller wrote a story on the Prep Sports Report. Take it up. He's supposed to be giving me a recap. Hopefully I'll get up that tomorrow. I think Southeast Bullock won it. You know, Southeast Bullock's been the perennial state champion 3 years in a row. All right. Then we have a lot of U.S. kids golf champions stories. We got the AJCA stories. We got the South Junior Golf Association stories. We got a lot of stories on the Prep Sports Report about youth golf. Check it out, okay? The last 2 days at Calvary, we had the Beachfront Battle Basketball Showcase, 12 teams, 3 pools, went into the tournament championship bracket today. A lot of fun. George Brown out of Savannah High says it's a goal of his, or a goal of the coach around here, to bring summer leagues, or not summer leagues, but summer camps or summer tournaments down here to Savannah. And I agree with him. Basketball doesn't run through Atlanta. It runs through Savannah. So check it out on the Prep Sports Report. All right, step 2 in the door. Georgia lost in the Athens regional. Okay, Georgia Tech won the ACC but lost in the Oxford regional. Arkansas heads to the College World Series. They'll verse LSU on June 14th on ESPN. And that young man, former BC star, football player, basketball player, football and baseball player. I mean, Justin Thomas Jr. out there in center field. Unbelievable. Check it out. Just so you know, a little background information. When LSU and Arkansas played at LSU, LSU won 2 out of the 3 games. So we'll see what happens on June 14th. All right. So we got that in there. Now going from the college to the pro, I know the Braves. Everybody's saying the Braves. I'm getting tired of listening to the Braves on local radio, on national radio. Okay, we got these little kids yelling back here, so hopefully you can hear me. All right. So, yeah, they're having a tough year. But every time you turn around, someone's bashing them, someone's crying about them, someone's telling you they need pitching, someone tells you their hitting is horrible. Can we have anything positive about the Atlanta Braves? We got the All-Star game coming on. We're going to have probably Chris Sales and probably, Ronald Acuna Jr. will get on it. Chris Sales, make some good news, good stories about that. Stop complaining. Yeah, we're not going to get 5-6 Braves in the All-Star game. We're going to get 2. Be happy with that. Be happy it's in Atlanta. We got screwed 2 years ago. But everything is so negative with the Braves on the radio. I can't stand listening to it anymore. Okay? I'm not giving up shit. I know they won today. They beat the Brewers 6-2. Okay, they got an off day tomorrow. They come home. They take on the Rockies on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we got our 3 best pitchers going, okay? And then Rockies pitch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we got the Mets on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So, and we don't have our best rotation going in there. We have the bottom rotation. Well, I mean, Holmes and Elder aren't that bad, but they'll be the 2 top pitchers in that series for the Braves. And I think Chris Sales will be the 3rd pitcher in that. So, come on, people. Give me a break with the Braves. Give me a break, okay? All right. Yes, I know. They've lost 15 out of 18. They broke their 7-game skid. They beat Milwaukee the other night 7-1. Then they came back and lost last night 4-1, but they came back and won today 6-2. I mean, overall, they're 29-38. They're 4th in the NFL. They're 4th in the NL East, but the wild card, that's the scary part. They're 9.5 games back. That's going to be the tough part, okay? But let's see what happens. We're not at the All-Star break yet. It's not over, okay? PGA Tour. Our PGA Tour guides, of course, Brian Harmon playing on the PGA Tour, the U.S. Open this weekend at Oakmont. You know, he won the British Open. Sorry, the Open, as they call it across the pond, but it's the British Open to me and you. But the U.S. Open is this weekend, starts tomorrow. Hopefully he could bring that home. What a win that would be. I mean, he's got a storybook career. I mean, he's very, very well. He's won a lot of, not won a lot on the PGA Tour, but he represents us fairly well. And, you know, to get the U.S. Open would be something special. I'm rooting for Brian Harmon. I know the odds aren't good, but, you know, I'm going to root for him. And then the other guys on the PGA Champions Tour, Tim O'Neill posted an impressive 19 under at the American Family Insurance Championship last weekend, but the winner was 31 under. He finished 19th. Pretty impressive. Gene Sowers missed the cut at this Senior PGA Championship. I think I got that wrong. Okay. That's a misprint. Sorry. Gene Sowers didn't make the cut, the American Family Insurance. No, he did make the cut, the American Family Insurance. Well, both are scheduled to compete at the American Family. That's what I just said. They both competed there. Okay. All right. My notes are messed up, but here's what's coming up next. They'll be at the K-Log Companies Championship in Akron, Ohio, the 19th and 22nd of this month. And then they'll be in the U.S. Senior Open at the end of this month on the 26th and 29th. Okay, I do apologize about that mistake, okay? Let's talk about, of course, the Bananas. They went to Charlotte. They sold out the stadium, the Panthers football stadium, 2 days in a row, 150,000 fans. They split the series. The Animals won the first. Party Animals won the first one. The Bananas won the first one. The Animals won the second one. It's just unbelievable. And if you watch AGT, you had Maceo, the dancing first base coach, on there last night. Got a chance to go to the next round. So the Bananas are all over the place. So this weekend, the Firefighters versus the Tailgaters in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the LMCU ballpark. The Bananas take on the Tailgaters at a Great American Ballpark, home of the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati, Ohio. And then they finally come home June 19th to the 21st against the Party Animals. Okay, so we're going to finally see them in over a month. I don't think we've seen them. Okay, so that's what's going on with Banana Ball. All right, I got about a minute to get out of here. Coach's Corner. I got to get my guest on. Coach's Corner Summer Soundgarden concert this weekend. We got Ramble On, Led Zeppelin tribute band. As far as I found, there's 3 concerts coming up in July. July 19th, Landside. Okay, Fleetwood Mac. July 19th, Rush Hour, Rush Tribute. And July 25th, Absolute Queen Tribute. But get your tickets at coaches.net. I had to put this on here. Right across the parking lot, we have Thunderbolt Indoor Golfing Games. Get a gift certificate. I mean, it's great. There's 2 simulators in there. It's redone. You can play any course in the world. You can go in there and work on your game because they got a breakdown of how you swing and everything else. It's unbelievable. It's right across the parking lot. You get a beverage, get a food, go across, and work on your golf game. And this weekend was my 9th annual Coaches for Curing Cancer 5K, 10K walk run. We had the most people ever, about 140 people. Thank you from the 9th annual Coaches for Curing Cancer 5K, 10 walk run. Thank you to SA Recycling Savannah and Optimal Orthopedics for sponsoring the race to fight childhood cancer. Thank you to every step the participants took to support the kids and families in the toughest battle of their life, battling cancer. There's all the sponsors, How to Run for hosting it, The Cure for getting the volunteers, Endurance Races for help setting it, Bunny Ware with all her pictures, Donato's for coming in and donating pizza for the runners. Then, of course, I got to thank WTOC Tim Goddard and WJCL Frank Solkowski for getting on TV to promote that. All right, that's it. I got to get Daniel hooked up here. My next guest on the Savannah Sports Report. Okay, I could take this way so you could see me now. My next guest, I'm a one-man show, is Daniel Jackson, the former Calvary Day School girls basketball coach, now the new St. Andrews girls basketball coach, right here on the call. Time out. Right here on the Savannah Sports Report, hosted by the coach, Karl DeMasi. Hopefully 3 minutes. I'll be back with Daniel. Let me see if I can work my magic. Be right back. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions to Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Really, it's the Savannah Sports Report, now hosted by the coach, Karl DeMasi. You know, I had to get my guests hooked up here, so I'm running a little behind. I had to do social media, then come back and get my stuff together. So I'm back, and I'm glad you could join me. It's June 11th, 2025, and, you know, during the summer, during the end of the school year, we have a lot of changes. You know, this young man, I'm excited to have him on. He's one of the rising young coaches, star coaches in the area. He's the new head coach at St. Andrews School girls basketball program. I mean, he's had a stellar career at Calvary Day that included a region title, Elite Eight finish, Coach of the Year honors. Now he brings his leadership, defensive mindset, because if you watch this guy coach, he's coaching on the sidelines like he's playing man-to-man defense, okay? And, you know, me personally, I can tell he's a student-first coach. He's going to get that student-first culture, which has been at St. Andrews for a long time, but he's going to really enforce it. So let's meet the coach building a winning culture on and off the court with the girls basketball program at St. Andrew's School on the Marsh. They don't call it on the Marsh anymore, but that's the old way. That's the old way the old coach used to call it. But joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat is Coach Daniel Jackson. What's up, Coach?
What's up, Coach? Good evening.
You know, when you're a one-man show, you got to go in between. You got 3 minutes to do this, do that, and then guess can't. It's just, but it's a lot of fun. You know why? Because we're talking about kids. We're talking about young, energetic coaches like you. That's what it's all about.
Sure thing. I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
So I mean, great background. I mean, a lot of wins. Georgia Southern degree in Masters in Executive Leadership. Now you're over in St. Andrew's School. So the change for Daniel Jackson, okay? Big change. You're going from a program that's, built to win. It's always been built to win. Now you're going to a program you're going to build up. So what was your mindset when you knew the job came open and you want to see what you could do with it?
Well, again, the opportunity to consider having the fresh opportunity to say, okay, hey, it's time to do something different. You get that nudge and you say, okay, it's time. And then having certain conversations, I consider there are a few at St. Andrews already in the community, and we've had a relationship for a long time, and it's like a family relationship. So it made the transition easier when it came to conversations about girls basketball. And hey, my consideration is I'm like, yes, I'm all in. Didn't definitely matter of what was happening. I just wanted to be a part of a great culture with student athletes.
Okay, so what excites you now about going into this job? You meet new girls. You're already out there. I know you're already out there going through summer practices and summer.
Yeah.
So tell me what excites you about this program.
Well, I think one of the things I'll say is, coaches, we can get the tag of course, we will make the statement that we can't do it for them. They have to have the drive, the energy to do it for themselves. And this group is that group. To be honest with you, it's been a breath of fresh air for me. The young ladies have just the effort, the passion, the drive. You can go back and look at records. You're like, not possible, but it's just their energy to do anything you ask. You can tell they want to learn. They want to be there. They want to do it for an hour and a half, 2 hours for real. And then let's go home and have a great time. And so that's what I really applaud most about what I've seen thus far from the ladies. And just the reception has been tremendous with them. And then me joining the coaching staff with Coach Jeff Wheelock and Coach Trinice Edwards. They've done a phenomenal job keeping that culture a certain way. Of course, hats off to Coach Stetler as well. It's just a great culture. And so I'm coming in to just add my energy and passion to it and see where we go.
All right, so you're talking about culture, okay? So when you think about the kind of culture you want to build at St. Andrews, what are your core values and your standards you want these players and your staff to represent?
Okay, so the first thing, and I guess I'll let it out. So it's 4 things that we say. The first thing is we want the young ladies to have fun. We want this to be a great experience. It's 4 years. You don't get it back. It's not about playing at the next level. For most of the athletes that we get a chance to coach, it's about them having a great experience. So first one is to have fun. The next one, we want to be classy, to be a class act. And what that means is, hey, when an opponent shows up to our gym, we want to give them our best, great sportsmanship, make sure the locker room is nice for them, and shake hands at the end of the game, no matter what happens, to be a class act. The third is we want to compete. It is time to compete. When the whistle blows, hey, we worked hard for this. And we have the saying, if it's a game that we're supposed to win, we want to win that one. And if it's a game that's 50-50, we want that one too. And if it's a game that looks like, hey, all coaches, that we have to admit it, there are games that, hey, it looks like we may be on the bottom end of that one. We want to give them everything we got. And so that's the to be competitive side. The last one, it's really supposed to be in the house, but it's to be violent. To be like a wrecking crew when you see us show up in blue, you're going to get our best. And so be violent is not to be violent toward the other team, but to do everything that we do with such a drive and passion, from a triple threat hard. Let's pump fake on the shots, violent. So those 4.
Be aggressive and
that's it.
when I coach the girls, because people don't know I've coached the same amount of years girls and boys basketball, and I treated it the same. My attitude was no fear. Go out and give it everything you got. No fear of making a mistake. Just get better at a triple threat position or getting better at playing defense. I mean, you got to have that. And I see that in you a lot. And so now, as far as meeting the girls and as far as you being that coach that you've been successful, what qualities are you looking for in the athletes? Not just in terms of skill, but mindset, leadership, and work ethic.
Okay, so I'm glad you said this. So mindset, leadership, and work ethic. We have two seniors coming back, Coco and Marin, and so they're at the head of the ship. And it's one thing to have leaders or upperclassmen that come back, and they're not the ones that's leading in the driving effort. However, that's not what we have. We have two of them that are leading in the driving effort, and the juniors, seniors, freshmen, even the 8th graders that are in the community, they are giving us that same energy, and it makes it easy because we have upper class leadership. And so I'll speak to it, like you said, on the defensive mindset. Like you said, it's not so much the skill, even on the offensive side, it's their commitment with the passion, the aggression, to the motivation to move and to do certain things. It will make the defensive side of the ball, the schemes that we will put in, much easier.
Nice. Okay. And so my last question to you is, now you mentioned two girls, you got to get to know the girls, but how do you plan to develop the program both on and off the court, whether it's in the classroom, the community, or helping players grow as leaders?
Well, I would say classroom first. In athletics, we've always, and I said this in my parent meeting the other night, we try to refer to the players, the team, the athletes as for student athletes. And that means something in interscholastic sports, where it's student first, it's student then athlete. And so, of course, St. Andrews, as you know, rigorous IB program, what they're known for. And so it makes that part easy, the student side. And so athletically, as far as building the culture, I'm just going to build on top of what is already there. And we just expect to continue to elevate in the upward direction.
And we know the community is loving the boys. How is the community going to love the girls team?
Man, when I tell you, it's so much support. I've had, of course, Dr. Waldron. She's always great. She's been a great support. Of course, the athletic staff with T. Riley, Coach Gonzalez, Ms. Nickley. And then I add Coach Mel Abrams to that as well. The support for the girls is outstanding because they are ready for the same thing, and I tease the girls as, hey, the boys have something to compete with. We're coming for them. So that's what we're trying to put in.
Now, you got a while to go before October, whatever it is, 23rd for practice. How are you going to take care of your time waiting for these girls and waiting for this season to get here? Because I know you're ready to go right now.
And actually, hey, I just left practice less than an hour ago. And we are already working. The biggest thing for us that we're using the summertime to make sure that this is our prep. Let's get an idea of what we want October to look like. And we're starting now. And like I said, we have all in buy-in.
All right. Anything you want to say to anybody that wants to know more about how to get in touch with you and find out what the whole story is about? Throw it out there.
Hey, so Daniel Jackson at St. Andrews, head girls basketball program director. And we're going to do it great on the island for girls basketball. So if you need us, check out our camps. We have summer camps going on for middle school, lower school. And, of course, we'll do some training sessions and clinics out that way as well.
Coach, I wish you a lot of good luck. I know you're going to bring a lot of energy to that program. I mean, you've proven success taking over for the legendary Jackie Hamilton over at hold it. I do have a question. We do have a question here. Hold on.
Sure.
I always forget to tell people if they have a question, throw it in there. Okay. So, of course, my man, the OG, the producer of Rubbin' Grubbin, is always listening. Coach Jackson, congratulations. How did Coach Hamilton shape your style? And what are your top 2 goals you want to immediately implant on the program? Great question, the OG.
Okay. So I'm going to go with program goals out to implement quickly. Is on the competitive side, we want to land in the region championship this year.
Wow.
All right. We want to land there. We are going to do everything we can to be in that last game for the region championship. The second goal is state playoffs. Obviously, we are going to get out of the first round. I feel it. And so just to make a strong push toward it'd be nice to be in an Elite Eight or a Final Four finish this year.
The girl. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to go and say, because I was going to speak on Hamilton next.
Go on, Jackie. Go ahead.
So Jackie Hamilton, as far as him shaping me, I had the opportunity of sitting with him for at least, I want to say 8 years or so. That's my guy. His composure. He has great composure and personality. It was huge. And so how he was able to interact with the players and also the community, people that we work with, I learned a lot from him there. And also the amount of time that he was willing to spend with his players in practice. We didn't go for an hour and 15. Sometimes we would have 2.5 hour practice, but it was very meaningful. So those are at least two. Love the guy.
Old Jackie, Mr. 400. He's got a lot of wins in his back pocket.
Mr. 4.
So, but Daniel, once again, thanks for joining us. Your vision, it seems like, for St. Andrews girls boys programs is going to be inspiring. Your commitment to the community, to the school, is always going to be infectious, because that's the type of guy you are. And I know how you develop the student athletes always shines through. And I wish you the best luck. I can't wait to watch the Lady Lions this year. It's been a great program. It has a lot of history. Bring it back to where it was.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, Daniel, remember, go Lions.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Just a fun, young, energetic coach. He's sat with Jackie Hamilton. He knows his basketball. I've watched him coach. I've had a coach against them. And you're going to get a team that's going to be, like he said, they're going to be not violent, but they're going to be very aggressive. They're going to be in your face. They're going to play tough defense. And I can't wait to see what he does with that program over there. Once again, that's Coach Daniel Jackson. Check it out, St. Andrews School. Just give him a call or call a school. They'll get you in touch with him. And once again, I wish him the best of the luck. All right, I know we're running behind. I know Quinn Johnson's been in the back room waiting, and that's what it's all about. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week coming up from Calvary Day School. Good segue. Okay, the state MVP in the Georgia High School State Association Class 3A to 1A Private School Championship is only a junior, and that's Quinn Johnson. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Got to get everything set up. You're watching the Savannah Sports Report, hosted by the coach Karl DeMasi, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I got it right after 3 weeks.
Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone
and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Savannah Sports Report, hosted by the coach, Karl DeMasi, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Don't forget, you can watch it on Facebook, the Savannah Sports Report. You can watch it on Twitter, KD Sports Report. You can watch it on YouTube, the Savannah Sports Report. And if you go to YouTube, subscribe. Help me get to 400 subscribers. I'd love to be at 1,000 with, all the guests I've had and all the kids I've had. But you know what? It's not about me getting to 1,000. It's about the kids. And this next kid was phenomenal, okay? Of course, this is the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week segment, sponsored by Dr. Bart Wetherington and Lisa Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic since 2010. That's right. He's been with me for 15 years, okay? This guy is a true two-way force, and he was a true two-way force in the 2025 Georgia High School State Association Private School Baseball Championships. He was named the MVP by both the High School Sports Illustrated website and by the Georgia High School website. I forgot who the lawyers are, Miller, whatever they called, okay? But, I mean, he was the MVP. All right, he helped Calvary sweep rival Savannah Christian with clutch pitching and game-winning hits. He finished the season at 8-1 with a 1.56 ERA, a 353 batting average with 31 RBIs. He's only a junior, all right? He's been drawing attention from colleges, local, recently colleges, I think Kennesaw, and I forgot who the other one has touched base with him. I think he got an offer when he was a sophomore by Covenant College, but I can't wait to talk to him. This year's Georgia High School State Association Private School Classification MVP from Calvary Day School. Joining me on the coach's hot seat is Quinn Johnson. What's up, Quinn? How's it going?
Nothing much. How you doing?
Hey, you know what? It's all about talking about you guys, the good kids, and I'm telling you right now, you guys had a phenomenal playoff series. Would you win 10 straight? You won big time in the first game against Savannah Christian, came back and won a close one in the second game, which you had something to do with. So, and then you're named MVP. You're the Savannah Morning News Baseball Player of the Year. What more can I say, Quinn? I got to talk to you about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's an honor. When I was playing in the state championship, you can't really think about those type of things because, I mean, you just want to win. But I wanted to do everything I could, give it my all during the game. But it's an honor to have my performance recognized on this type of scale. And I'm extremely appreciative and grateful for those honors.
Okay, and when you found out you were MVP, not just by the Georgia High School State Association, but by Sports Illustrated High School website, and then, of course, by Savannah Morning News, I mean, what was that like?
Pretty cool. I mean, something you dream about for sure. I mean, it's obviously not the highest level to where I want to be, but it's a step in the right direction. Just trusting the work that you've put in all year.
Hey, at this point in your career, that's pretty good recognition, and you still got more to go because it's going to lead to that other recognition, okay? So in the first game against Savannah Christian, which, believe it or not, this is the first series or first athletic event that these two schools played all year, and they're historic rivals, okay? So you pitched 6 1/3 strong innings in game one, then came back with 2 clutch RBIs in game two. How did you stay mentally and physically locked in across both games, whether you were pitching or hitting?
Yeah, well, staying mentally focused stemmed from wanting to win so bad, but with the perspective of the state championship, or coming up short last year in the state championship, I personally didn't want to have that same feeling that we had last year, just being so close but so far and then coming up short losing. I think the perspective of not getting caught up in the fact that it was a state championship and thinking of it as just any other game that we needed to win, like that it helped us all season, I think that helped us maintain proper focus throughout both games. And I mean, you work so hard all year to get to that moment. So I think we were all just locked in.
Yeah, and then you throw Savannah Christian on top of it, right?
Yeah, of course. Great rivalry.
And I'm glad that Georgia High School agreed to move it to Georgia Southern and set up there in Atlanta. That was a good move. So, all right. So, pitching the first game, strong outing. You were in control. You guys jumped out early. The second game, though, you drove in the tying and go-ahead run in the top of the seventh in game 2. What was your mindset at that last at bat? I mean, you guys were down, what, 3-2 in that at bat?
Yeah. Well, from a young age, playing ball just growing up, I would have umpires. They would call me Mr. Business. And I remember an umpire asked my mom, like, does he really like baseball? Because it just seemed like I'm all serious. My mom told him that I love baseball, but that was just my personality. So I still think I have that same attitude during big games like that. I usually revert to a serious level. So when I went up to bat in a moment like that, when the game was on the line, I feel like it's a job that I have to do for my team to win. So, I mean, in those moments, you have to trust in the work that you put in all year and believe in yourself, stay loose. So I knew what I needed to do in both of those at-bats. So I just tried to do my job as best as I could and was glad I could help my team.
All right, and we got Coach James Motley III checking in here, or maybe it is James Motley, but he says, way to go, big dog.
Greatest fan right there.
Yeah, he's a big fan. He's a big fan of high school sports. No matter what team you come from, the man is always behind you. And that's what I like about Savannah, because people think that you just root for your team, but people root for each other, and which is really special, okay? Now, you got to tell me. I mean, I tell you right now, my house is divided. I got my youngest son graduated from Calvary. My oldest son graduated from Savannah Christian. They're always going at it. It's intense. So how much sweeter was it to win the state championships against them and by sweeping them?
Well, you know, it's a rivalry for sure, and it felt sweet. But I also have a lot of travel ball teammates and just people that I know from Savannah Christian. So I've been teammates with a lot of those guys. So while there is a rivalry, there are people on that team, and they go to Savannah Christian that I have a bond with. So, I mean, it was great that 2 teams from Savannah played in the state championship. I think it shows a lot about the caliber of baseball that is played in Savannah. And it was, like you said, great to have in Statesboro rather than going all the way up to Atlanta. A lot more people could see it. It was a great atmosphere.
All right, I think this is one of your teammates jumping in here, Scotty Budrow, big fan of Quinn.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Budrow, is that how we say it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then he says, how is he so good?
Oh, man.
So they're checking in on you, okay? And you, I mean, you had a phenomenal year, and you were good, okay? I mean, your stat line for the season, 8-1, 1.56 ERA, 353 batting average, 31 RBIs, like I said when I introduced you. I want to know, do your coaches consider you, do you consider yourself more of a pitcher or a hitter, or both equally? And why?
I try to just consider myself as a baseball player, because no matter what position I'm at, I'm going to compete at the best of my ability. You need me to pitch, I'll pitch. You need me to hit, I'll hit. Bunt, I can bunt. Play first, play outfield. I'll do it, and I'll do it the best that I can. I like to compete, so whatever helps the team.
Do you get a chance to play any other sports at Calvary?
Yeah, back in middle school, nothing else in high school. I played basketball and football in middle school, but high school, I realized I couldn't hang with that.
It's tough doing 3 sports. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Quinn Johnson, junior at Calvary Day School, Georgia High School State Association private school champion, MVP, Savannah Morning News Baseball Player of the Year. So, which brings me to this question: what is it like being part of the Cavalier baseball program, and how have the coaches helped you grow on and off the field? And talk a little bit about Coach Lee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit of insight, like just on our coaches. They, of course, care about baseball, but beyond baseball, they care about our relationship with the Lord, staying up in the classroom, our families, our integrity, just our hearts. Coach Lee and all the other coaches hold us to a very high standard. You know, we got the uniform checks every morning, grade checks every single Friday, mandatory study hall some days before practice. If we're missing a day in school due to playing an away series or playoffs like we did many times this year, we have to personally go to each teacher, tell them what we're missing, gather our assignments up. as a freshman, I didn't really understand the lesson and all these requirements. I thought it was stupid. Now I really appreciate the routines and high expectations that Coach Lee set in place for us. The discipline, the structure, the respect, and just I think it made us not only better baseball players, but just better students, better men. I told Coach Lee that the other day, and I think that's the type of discipline that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life, as it's just ingrained in me now, coming through Calvary.
All right, and like I said at the beginning of the introduction, you got a lot of accolades, a lot of awards, region MVP, player of the year, state championship MVP, but you're only a junior. So what do these honors mean heading into your senior year now? How much more incentive or how much more weight is on your shoulders now to prove to everybody why you're so good?
Well, like I said, it's a great honor. I owe it all to the Lord, but I wouldn't be in this position without my teammates. They pushed me all fall. They believed in me, and I believe in them just as much. If there are more awards to be won my senior year, then I'm very grateful. But I want to walk into this year with the same mindset, focus on the same things that got us to that state championship game the past 2 years, just doing everything the right way. And, I mean, of course, just want to win another state championship.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to repeat. Okay. All right. So from what I read, of course, did research with schools like now Georgia Southern and Kennesaw State showing interest. And now you're going to add that on top of going into your senior year, recruiting. What's your current mindset about the recruiting process and how has that been going?
It's been going great. I was talking to my mom about the whole recruiting process this past week as we were in the car coming back from my little brother's baseball tournament. My mom was a Division I softball player and my dad was a Division I basketball player. So they both know a thing or two about it. And my mom basically just said, pray for God to open the right doors and close the right doors. Wherever God wants you to be, you'll be. There's nothing you can do to stop it. So that's what she lived by. That's what she did. And it helped her a lot with her recruiting process because she played college softball. And she just basically told me it's in my DNA. So don't worry about it.
And also, Scotty thinks you're going Division I too.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Scotty.
All right. So you just talked about mom and dad. So every athlete needs a strong support system, and always family comes first. So how's your family helped you reach this point in your career, other than doors will open up, God will help you get that way, but other things? How has your parents helped support you in your growth as a student athlete?
Yeah, for sure. Both my parents, of course, have been steady support. They've been steady and supporting me. My mom, she took me to countless practices when I was younger. As I said, she played D1 softball in college, so she would pitch and throw with me as growing up, hit ground balls, talking about the mental aspects of pitching, not showing emotion, body language, believe in yourself, have fun. My dad, also a great source of support. My older sister, been to way too many games that teenage girls go to. My little brother, it means a lot for them to be there for all my tournaments and games and whatnot. So I think that knowing you have that support behind you helps you a lot.
All right. I didn't throw this question in when I threw it at you, but I got to always ask this to young kids. Being a coach, you always like to find out what the kids' superstitions are, okay? So I'm going to ask you 3 questions about superstition, okay? What's your favorite pregame meal or meal you got to eat before you go out there and play the next day?
Okay. So definitely need Chick-fil-A breakfast. That's a must. Every single playoff win, I owe it to the Chick-fil-A breakfast, chicken biscuit. And I always need at least some sort of caffeine. 300 milligrams, Rain energy drink. Always need to get you going. Nice.
Okay, now every player loves listening to music. So to get you ready for your game, whether you're out in the field or whether you're pitching, what's your psych music?
I listen to country music, but if I'm really trying to get locked in, you got to listen to just some calm music, like stuff that'll get you going, but calm, like 2010s white girl music, just stuff like that.
Okay. Now, of course, the last one is, and I know I used to do this in high school also, and I didn't get a chance to play college baseball, but in high school baseball, uniform, certain pieces of uniform you have to wear, I would wear the same, believe it or not, T-shirt, and if I was on a hitting streak, I wouldn't wash it, but that's how I live. So what piece of equipment or uniform that you have to have every game?
Nothing much, really. I mean, I don't like to wear all that flashy stuff. I just like to go out there and play. But, I mean, I guess you could say my glove. I need my glove. I feel like I wouldn't pitch as good without my glove. Got a
You gotta
bottle
have-
on and whatnot, so I feel like
Yep.
it gives me a little bit of power.
Some players don't have clothing superstitions. I understand that. You know, it's just something crazy. Okay, you know, I even got it crazy. I'm not going to make. I had to put on my pants a certain way too. So, baseball uniform. So, all right. So finally, you still got another year to go. But if you have a young athlete on the campus, another student, young student on the campus of Calvary Day School, younger player, younger student who dreams of doing what you just did, what advice would you give them?
I have a great motto that I went by. I think I found it freshman, sophomore year. I found a quote maybe on like TikTok or something, but it was train like you to be number one. You have to train like you're number two. So you have to put in the work, but you also have to believe in the work that you put in. Like train hard makes it much easier to believe that you can do it. So if you want to play in a state championship, just train for it every day. Always be thinking, what can you do to make yourself better? Whether it's eat cleaner, run, yoga, hit off the tee, study the game, just do something every day. I don't know if that will ensure a trip to the state championship, but that's what I try to do. No days off. And of course, make sure you choose the best school to go to in Savannah to help that out. So
That's a good one right there. I got to get this comment on here. This is a legendary basketball coach up in New York. He's a Hall of Fame New York State basketball coach, but this is going, I don't think he'll listen to James Taylor there, Coach Laura's. I really don't. So, but that's really getting mellow if you ask me.
oh yeah.
But anyway, well, you know, Quinn, it was fun watching you this year. I mean, you know, from being a standout on the mound or in the batter's box, clutch hits, your state championship performance was next level. And I can say, like Scotty says, you will be at the next level. I wish you the best luck. I can't wait to watch you again next year. And Tom will tell you, like Mom says, and God will open the doors where you're going to go. But keep on working hard and keep up the great work. And once again, congratulations on all the awards. You deserve it, buddy.
Thank you, man.
And I got to meet up with you because I got some new hats. I need to get you to, you know, publicize the Coach DeMasi and the Prep Sports Report.
Sure.
It's a nice trucker hat, Richardson too. It's not a cheap one either. So I got to get that to you. So later on, text me your address and I'll either send it through the post office or I'll drop it off. Okay.
Sounds good.
And as we say always, go Cavaliers.
Go Cavs.
Hey, appreciate it.
Thank you.
I mean, you can tell he's focused. I mean, parents, Division I athletes. I mean, he knows where he's going, and he's lefty. And being a baseball dad and getting a kid that went far in the into the minor league system, lefties are a big thing, and they look for that. But he's got the right demeanor, he's got the right attitude, and I bet you he's a great student. So, and like he says, if you want to play baseball, he says the best place to go is Calvary Day School. So I wish him the best of luck, and it's always great having these kids on, and that's why Quinn Johnson is this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. All right, great show. I know, Lawrence, we got to stretch this out for 7 minutes. I don't know if my Carl's Corner is going to stretch this out for 7 minutes, but what I like to do is take a topic that's been going on in the news and go from there. And we got another teammate came on, Ryan Wallace, who's part of that great pitching staff, Wallace, Cutter, Johnson. He's Let's Go Quinn. Boudreaux was a great reliever. They came up with some big spots this year, so his teammates checking in. And of course, I got to go back to my old buddy there in New York. I understand the mellow music thing. I listened to that was the one I wanted. But anyway, so and then Ryan Wallace got another one, greatest athlete to ever step foot in Savannah. He's pretty good there, Ryan. I agree with you. So, all right. On that note, let's go to Carl's Corner. That's right. That's where I take a 2-minute soapbox moment. Okay. This week, if you were listening, NCAA ruled that schools will get $20 million to hand out to their athletes. Now, what athlete gets the most money? I don't know. Do the girls get it? Do the guys get it? Do the girls' volleyball team get it? Does the football team get it? Who knows who's getting it, okay? But the word amateur comes into this. Going to college and playing a college sports, I felt was an honor. And you were an amateur. You weren't getting paid. So there's a fine line now. Is there a blurred line between college athlete and professionals? They're getting paid. All right? I mean, There was a time when college athletes were celebrated for their grit, their passion, their determination, unpaid commitment to the game. Their payment was getting a full scholarship. Their school paid for. I know it's tough. They had to pay for room and they have to pay for books. My son, that was his scholarship to play baseball at Valdosta was books. Okay, it wasn't anything else. No, tuition money. So, but the word amateur means you're not getting paid in every sense of the word. But with the rise of the NIL, name, image, likeness, okay, deals, transfer portal, perks, that line between amateur and professional now is getting thinner every day, but I think it's probably gone. So here's the big question I ask you. If a college athlete is cashing in on endorsement deals, on promoting products on social media, signing autographs, getting money from the schools now, so they're getting paid. They're not just getting a scholarship, they're getting paid. Are they an amateur or are they an employee? Okay, so let's break it down in simpler terms. Imagine this. You're in college. You study hard, maybe pull some late nights, try to make ends meet with a part-time job at a coffee shop or a deli or a restaurant or camps, okay? You get paid for your work. You're an employee, but you're still a college student. Okay, now across the campuses in the United States, take the star quarterback, wakes up, works out, goes to class, then earns thousands of dollars because the school says, we're going to give you part of that $20 million that we're allowed to give out to our athletes. Okay, isn't that getting paid? Isn't that an employee? The employer is the college paying the kid? We know coaches are making millions of dollars, okay? Schools are building massive facilities. TV deals are in the billions. And now, yes, I agree with you. The athletes finally get some money. My kids never got money. Well, I do take that back. When my oldest son got a scholarship, he finally got a scholarship his senior year, they gave him some money. But everybody now is getting a piece of the pie. They're getting paid. So if the athletes are now getting paid, are they student first, then athlete? Or is it athlete first, then student? Are they an employee of the school? That's what I can't figure out. That's what's blowing my mind. Some will argue it's long overdue. I agree with you. The athletes who bring in all this money need to be compensated. But other worries, it changes the world of college sports. After you're making more money than your professors, does that still qualify you as an amateur and to be an amateur competition? Well, we know this. College sports are evolving fast. I never thought I'd see this day. I'm an old guy, like I told you. The NCAA is now trying to keep up because they tried to hold so many people back. Lawmakers are stepping in. Now we know that the United States government's trying to step in. They're watching a new era unfold. And I'm grateful I could see this because, you know what? Like I said, I'm old guy. So every day I wake up, I bless the Lord. But a freshman wide receiver now might land a six-figure NIL deal before even playing it down. He's getting paid. So are college athletes now professionals? Technically, they're considered amateurs under the NCAA rules, but ask anybody in the locker room, in the press box, or in the stands, and you'll likely get a different answer. Because when the checks start coming in, the game starts changing. And maybe, just maybe, amateur is a title that no longer fits on the scoreboard. That's all I got to say. It makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder. Just the crazy world we're living in right now. And, you know, like I said, I'm pro the athletes being compensated. You know, NCAA Madden, they couldn't do it because the college football players were protesting it. It's just crazy. It's a crazy world. But you know what? It's finally coming to fruition that these kids are getting compensated like they never were before. All right, on that note, I got 15 seconds to make it to an hour. I got to do this for my man, Lawrence Bennett. So remember, crazy world, just look at LA. Please say a prayer for all those people that are having a hard time or having situations that are very stressful or, you know what, life-changing. Say a prayer that it all works out. Okay? Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. But let's see what happens. You know, history always repeats itself, and it's going on right now in the world we live in. So on that note, on a happier note, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. And until I see you next week, may it be your greatest week ever. God bless. Take out. You're watching the Savannah Sports Report, hosted by the coach, Karl DeMasi, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Don't forget it. I'm in the center of the sports universe. Plus, it was voted best wings in town.
15 more seconds, Kevin.
Lawrence is yelling at me. He says I got 15 more seconds, but I got an hour and 1 minute right here on my clock, sir. So I'm going to go out.
5 minutes. 5 seconds.
I'm done.
5 seconds.
I'm waiting for the producer to tell me I'm done. 5 seconds. Talk to you later. Have a good week.